Bankrupt crypto exchange FTX has distanced itself from Sam Bankman-Fried, a decision that followed a series of public statements made by the former chief executive in recent days. Bankman-Fried resigned from his position at FTX on November 11th, the day it filed for bankruptcy protection in New York. Since then, the former chief has made statements on Twitter about FTX as well as the events that led to its collapse. Joining us to discuss further, Arise business analyst Chika Mbonu. Chika, good morning to you. Good to see you again.
Lotus, welcome from Rwanda. You know, this guy should pay you.
Who is that?
The Rwandan tourism board.
I will talk to the president.
Yeah, let's talk to the president because you are just, broadcasting and publicizing them.
The tourism industry there. Indeed. Nigeria, sir.
Okay. Shell.
Yeah.
I keep saying that if you want to sort of our dollar, naira, essentially, sort of our oil.
Yeah.
I mean, with all the CBN do something now. CBN do something now. Do something our oil production,
right?
So in that respect, what's happened with Shell, with the Bunga and FPSO, is good for our country. So anything that will push up our production volumes towards the 1.8 million barrels daily that quota we have, and that could translate to dollars and reserves for us, and then push down the exchange rate for us is good. Yeah. So this is commendable, and we hope that every other thing that is will come into play, and for the oil production and for Nigeria to get up there again.
And fingers crossed.
Yes.
Fingers crossed. What do you think of the NESG?
NESG.
Yeah.
And the history of the private sector initiatives, the transformation of the Nigerian economy from the government held to private sector led is incomplete without talking about the impact or the role of Nigerian Economic Summit Group. And so from beginning, they have helped in transforming Nigerian economy to be private sector led. And so we're happy that there's a transition from one president to another president with no rigged election. So let Nigerian politicians see what happened. Transformation is happened smoothly. And then be that as it may, we will continue to talk about the impact. How have they helped in the last 7 years of this Buhari administration? What has been their impact? I believe that the jury is out there on their impact in these last 7 years. Recently also, we saw that they had to cancel the presidential debate.
Yes, that we were expecting. I was looking forward to that debate.
And, I think that the Nigerian political system will going to get better. I keep saying that as our votes count, the candidates will become more accountable, and they won't be dodging debates, and they will actually insist on debates with other candidates to make sure that they're ahead. The NSCG was just left there, and they had no choice because when the candidates say that they're not going to come, or if they're going to come, they will send their VPs or some other people there, and then we will not get the benefit of hearing firsthand the policies of these candidates. So I'm sure that's why they cancelled it. Of course, the country managing partner of Veraki, it was Veraki, came from Accenture.
Right.
So we have some track record together.
Okay.
Yes.
Chika, you know everybody.
To understand essential we are this thing. So I'm happy that he's taking charge. Very transformational period in our country, and I hope that they continue to make the suggestions required to transform our country economy.
Fantastic.
FTX.
Yes, Chika, this is the Bitcoin meltdown.
FTX. This is where you talk about the world is a global village now. Where it's raining in somewhere, and then you have to carry umbrella here in Nigeria.
Exactly.
And there's a massive contagion effect of what has happened, and the impact has not been fully felt. Yes, now I think based on things we saw, FTX has seed capital in about 3 or 4 fintech companies in Nigeria, and there's only one presently that acknowledged that they had some positions.
They had to lay off staff.
They had a lot of staff, but it's the beginning. A lot of things are going to happen more. There, and we're hoping that see, Warren Buffett said that. He said, I can almost say with certainty that they will come to a bad ending. These are on cryptos.
Yeah, yeah.
And he said also that this is probably rat poison squared. Rat poison squared.
Yeah.
His partner, Mungo, said it's partly fraud and partly delusion.
Yeah.
People think that this is a real asset. It's not a real asset.
Yeah.
Bill Gates said, I'm used to asset classes like a farm where they have output, or like a company where they can make products.
Yes.
As for cryptos, I'm not involved in that. I'm not long or short any of those things. It's 100% based on greater fool theory. I mean, but you see, worldwide, as I've analyzed the countries can be divided into, I think, 3 or 4 groups. Those countries that are allowed cryptos in the economy, with warning to their citizens as a risk involved. That those that actually banned them. And that another group of countries are restricted, saying that Nigeria falls into that one. You can do your cryptos, but not through our banking
financial system.
Now we can understand why. Look at the guy who took over, who's running this company now, who incidentally also was the person who saw the liquidation of Enron. You know Enron?
Exactly.
Said, never in my career have I seen such a complete failure of corporate controls.
I sent you a picture. I think we have it. Bitcoin. Where's that
Pentagon
from? The Bitcoin. My money gone.
Money gone.
There it is. Yeah. So look, this the CBN had. Can we talk about the warnings from the central bank?
I'm coming down. I'm coming down that these are the things that as I told you, the other countries, some countries said you can do your crypto like Nigeria, but don't through a banking system.
Right.
Now, can you imagine the Fugas, the top 5 banks?
If they were involved,
if they had assets
in
there,
my goodness.
Which assets are they going to do? The banks have any asset? No. The assets they have are what? Depositors, funds.
Right.
And so you would have seen the katakata now. And then the role of CBN is to make sure they have monetary and financial stability in the banking system. Now, Nigeria is still very tender. The financial stability is very tender. So you can imagine if 1 or 2 or 3 banks had investments in this, put the deposit fund in this, you would have, So to those who have been, who don't like MFL, Godwin MFL, I think this is going to be one time also to give him say thank you.
Exactly.
But be that as it may, like the U.S. government has always said something like this, the one economy in the world, that we cannot kill the entrepreneurial spirit.
Right.
There's some good things about cryptos. At the same time, also, we have to worry about the regulation to make sure that there are controls and are not used for the bad things that we know in the economy. Having the kind of things we have seen through this FTX now, you see that it was a bazaar.
Right.
The absence of controls. People were just doing whatever money was just there and they're just doing anything. Look at the way they are spending money. And I bring it home. You heard what he said. He says he has never seen any, where there's no kind of controls like this. And so, and bring it home to our country, where you have the massive growth of fintechs. And you see the things that we have seen around them. Like one of them had a loss of about 6 billion naira.
Talked about it here.
And then Flutterwave, for example, the major issue for most of them is risk management.
Right.
Managing risk. A lot of them have gone out like Flutterwave to go and get the best risk managers in the world to strengthen their risk management framework. A lot of them have not had the experience to manage big corporations like this. So you see some young boys who are wearing trainers and wearing shorts, like this guy, this FTX guy wearing shorts everywhere, and then managing billions of dollars and naira. And without the support of proper risk management. And so that's basically what the issue is. For Nigeria, I've advised the Central Bank of Nigeria, a lot of these fintechs, at the back end, they have microfinancing banking license to enable them to support their business. Basically, the microfinance banking license enable them to collect depositors funds.
Money,
and enable them to do all the things they are doing. And a lot of them don't have the risk management framework to do all the lending they're lending. And so when you have the deposit funds getting lost, you're going to have problem in the banking system. And the Central Bank of Nigeria better needs to look into all those to make sure that this contagion effect we're having doesn't happen here. They're all falling like a pack of cards. I don't know whether you have crypto.
No, I do not. I do not have crypto. I'm staying in accordance with the law. All right, business analyst Chika Mbonu. Chika, always a pleasure having you. Thank you so much for joining us.